Hello, my name is Jakthehobo, and it's been a while since I actually did a tutorial like this. And basically, yeah, this I think this one is going to probably be the wrap-up one because I did have a bit of trouble thinking of what I can teach you because I basically taught you all the stuff that I use in fireworks, and if we go further, then you'll be animating like me, and I'm sure we don't want that. So I think this one's just going to be like the finishing touches, to be honest. Um, I'll be going over text and what I think is more or less eye candy. Something that gives some GIF animations a different spark or whatnot. Depending on how you animate though. And really, first thing I would like to touch on is crap, what's the map? I closed it. Basically, yes. We're going something I see in animations like this is just a bit of a tangent, but usually what I see is these dark maps, and then, well, I'll show you how what it's like. Credits to Karimi/Min for this map, by the way, because yeah, I just seem to rummage her photo bucket when I can. So we've got a more or less moody map. This map is moody. It's not light. It's not the usual maple maps you find, and I'm just gonna use this character here. And yeah, you can see he stands out a lot. Like, he just, it just doesn't look right. I mean, I don't know. It should be, you think he should be a bit darker just to fit in with the scenery. Because, when you go outside and it's dark, it's pretty dark. Your skin doesn't like light up or sparkles in the daylight or anything like that. So to fix this, what I usually do is, okay, did I use the wrong thing? Yes, I did. Yeah, we're gonna go to this little filter tab, and it's right next to the opacity of the object selected, and well, you see all these little options here, and if we go to, like, well, right now it just says normal, so that is a black rectangle with black outline. We can change how it blends with the other layers. I mean, this is called blend option. It's the exact same if you look up here where it says page, like layers, layout. It's got the same tab, and it says, if you just like go over it, it says blend mode. So it's really how this reacts to different things in the animation. Quite like when I was going over skills and yeah. So we're just gonna go here, and we're just gonna, I don't know, mess around with what we can. If we go to soft light, it doesn't look too good. Reflect, pretty much the same. Hue, okay, that's a bit weird, kind of. And all sorts of options like this, and sometimes you just have to, well, pretty much look at each one and see which one looks better. And also, yeah, when dealing with anything overlaying the animation, you need to make sure sorry, um, that nothing is going to be too dark, because even though that looks a bit, it looks a bit better, that his white skin is still right out there, and it's not really what you want. So we're just going to go to a nice yeah, maroon, no, not navy blue, whatever. And I'm really sorry about my code. We're just gonna look at all these options we have, because heck, have fun with them. You know, it's always about experimenting just to see what you can get, and sometimes you find the right one. It looks quite nice. It adds more feeling to the animation, so to say. Like, you see people who do, I'm not sure if you've seen recent animations, like people from, I think, Mabelarg, I think him, and a guy called Infected, they usually use a sunset effect in their animations. It's quite similar, but I won't digress to that, because, yeah. So it's good just to have a little play around. Usually the one I do is use the maroon colour and more or less put it to 25. It gives us this nice eerie feel, I think. Kind of like the pink bean boss battle, that type of feeling. I mean, of course, this could work with anything, and it just helps. I think it helps the character and map just like go together a bit more. Like, just for instance, this put this map here, boom, you know, and that fits a bit better rather than just, you know, bam. That looks like it's generic Maple Story, but we are animating Maple Story, so can't really do much about that, can we? So that's really it for overlays. I think just experiment with them and find something good. I mean, just don't go nuts or anything and do like, what's it? Oh, that doesn't work. Right. But this can let me go over onto a different thing, which is basically faded borders, and um, faded borders are nice. They are quite nice. To do them, it's quite simple. I think. I mean, just depending on what you want, you can either be lazy about it or you can be pretty. Oh, look at me! I'm doing a faded border. You know, whichever is what you want. So what we're gonna do is just a nice simple, I guess, widescreen border style. I don't know. And with this, it's gonna be very, very easy. Come easy, easy do whatever. Now you probably noticed down here, it's got options for the rectangle. You can either have a texture like that, which, you know, it's kind of hard to see, but you need to make it transparent. This is quite nice. Again, you can blend this with overlay and stuff. Go ahead. But let's say, crap, how do I take this off? Yeah. Let's say we're going to do something like this, and you've got a thing called feather here, and the feather is basically, that's your border, so to say. So if you make it huge like this, then yeah, that will cause a lot of lag to your program. I did not recommend it, but if you're into that thing, go for it. So basically, take it, make it 25. Excuse me there, I didn't mean to do that. And really, just depending on what you want, particularly, I mean, you can possibly make it just taller, so it's only got the faded borders at the side. And then with that, copy paste and do have a version without that at all. Hide these two layers, go to the one with the feather, put it on top, and then go to the blend mode, erase, and you will have these faded borders at the sides. How to keep that? Select both of the rectangles with, you know, shift or whatever, then go to modify, flatten layers, well, flatten selection or whatever shortcut there is, and then voila, you have these slightly faded borders, which is okay, I guess. And you can change to anything you want. I mean, perhaps if you want, let's say, an eye shape, then make it ellipse tool, and then just fit it in somehow like that. I mean, and you can edit these. That is really good if you do edit them, and you know, once you get used to like how it works, and then you can actually have whatever it is in the background with you, and then, oh crap, yes, another thing, be careful when it comes to this ridiculous outline here. If that happens, hide the outline or make it transparent, and then select all. Ta-da! You have almost like a seeing eye type of view of the thing. He's like talking first person, like, "Hey, what's up?" I'm not too sure. So as far as this can go into text now, and as far as text goes, you want to make sure it's not obscuring the reader in any way. Like, hello there, viewer. I mean, you don't want to put it, I mean, this is just me saying this, but you don't want to put it up there if, like, you know, the guy's talking, he's done here and he's moving. If he wasn't even in the shot and anything, you could just put it there, and then he would just like, well, I don't know, suddenly pop up or something, and then disappear. Whatever you want. But when the character is quite close down there, you want to have the text near him, I don't, size wise, I don't know, but it should be around his head. If there are other people around, I recommend going either to speech bubbles, which can be done with assets, and then just more or less just resize it how you wish, and it's like voila. It's like bam, whatever. And as far as speech bubbles go, I mean, I'm not really a comic maker, but you know, you don't want there to be too much room for whatever's going on. So, sadly, if you want to just like make it a bit more neater, then just go to the height, width, and then edit it as you wish. I mean, there's no quality loss, luckily, unlike usually when you resize stuff in fireworks. Thank God for that. Then just connect them together. Bam! You've made a comic. Voila. But don't, not really, but it works. Whichever style of like text, whatever, that's up to you. I personally have a few that I don't really call it a style, just call it a way of doing it rather. Yeah. I don't know. But I will recommend when doing text, something like okay, or yes should only be around 15 frames. Shorten it if it's more dramatic. For long sentences, which is like, hello, can you even see this text for a good length of time? Then with that would be around 45 frames, just me guessing. If we were just to shorten it by, let's say, that much, I'd recommend 20 frames or something. The reason you can tell this is basically duplicate the frame by 20 frames, and if you can talk, if you can like read it over, and maybe at the end take it out. If you can read that before it fades away, then that's a good amount of text. Of course, you can just like press F12 and then go through it that way, but you know, if you go through it that way, it's a bit longer, but it's a bit more, you'll get accurate results. But remember, not everyone's a fast reader, so, you know, take care of your audience. They'll love you back somehow. And to be honest, that is it for, you know, that sort of thing. There's not much else I can tell you, but I'd recommend that if you're ever going to try cinematics fade or whatever, then have the text at the bottom like as a narrator, and just like experiment with that, because that's something I would like to have done a bit more of, just testing, I guess, narration wise, and then just have like black border just at the bottom, something like that. And then of course change the whatever the viewpoint is, in my opinion, and then bam. I would recommend though that if you are doing this sort of thing, do it at the end of your animation, because once the animation is like done and dusted, then results wise it will be a lot more pleasing. I mean, just like simply that's at only 20 overlay, but if you hide it, it's that subtle difference that really captures the viewer's attention. So you wonder, how did that happen? Or something similar, hopefully. Recently, in an animation that should be coming out in a few hours, just uploading it, I did a soft light overlay thing, and no, yeah, just a slightly dark, more detailed color correction. I don't know, I mean, I'm not a Photoshop-esque or anything like that. I just, whatever methods I'm showing you, these are methods I've just experimented on my own, and pretty much they work out for me, for the most part. I'd say, you know, if you ever want to get good at maple animating, or if whatever that's an achievement for, then work it out on your own, because who taught those who teach others? you know, sometimes it was like Mali, or sometimes it's like no one. How did people like Marcelo Gregorio or whatever? How did he do anything? Was he like a magician or whatever? Oh well. Well, whatever the case, you know, everything works out. Just be consistent in what you did. I mean, I remember 1 year ago, 2 years ago, that was just before I started GIF animation, and yeah, it's I can say it's taken up a lot of my time, but it's worth it because yeah, it's just worth it as it is. But yeah, before I finish off this little tutorial, I would like to say I'm going to be putting some new stuff on a different channel. This channel is going to be Minecraft and whatnot, so if you're interested in like just random Minecraft stuff or just whatever, then yeah, it's probably you've seen it all before, but yeah, I just want to some time to relax, I guess. Take a break from Maple and then just chill out. But yeah, thank you for watching my tutorials, and I'm thankful that it has helped some of you who've given me feedback, really. This probably will be the last tutorial. I guess I'll post a live stream one day of me animating, I guess, when I'm a little bit less rusty. Apologies though that I'm sick. I guess winter doesn't treat hobos that well. Oh well. I'm Jakthehobo, and thank you once again for tuning into my tutorials.